What is up, guys? Catch Me Off-Road YouTube channel. I am back again. It's been a minute since I posted. Just want to let you guys know that I've been doing great. Just been taking some family time to do traveling and other stuff with the family. But I've got a couple cool videos coming up soon, so I wanted to kind of jump back into the swing of things and talk to you guys about a couple things today. So the first thing I want to talk about is, you know how I like my videos, short, sweet, to the point. So today I want to talk about a couple mods, and then I want to touch on the Eibach Pro Lift kit and let you know how I'm liking it so far. A few people have asked me for a review on that, so I'd love to give my honest feedback on it. Before we get there, I want to show you guys, you'll notice a couple things about the truck that are different since the last time you saw it. The first one being my Baja Designs lights are gone right now. They were stolen recently. No, not really. I actually removed them just a minute ago because I'm sending them back to Baja Designs to get the housings replaced. They had some kind of like the gloss paint on the outside, the finish was getting dull, and it started to look more like a matte finish than it did gloss. So I put in a warranty ticket, and they told me to send them back and they will replace the housings on them. So pop the 4 of them off, very easy, 1 bolt per light and a little wire connector. You can see how nasty it is under here from all the mudding we've been doing. But that's my first thing that's different. Now let's talk about some mods. So the first mod you'll notice is I'm missing my rock rails, but they've been replaced by, check this out, Mopar power steps. Yeah, I really like them. Probably one of my favorite mods I've done to the truck, cosmetics or functionality wise. And I highly recommend these things to anyone. I waited a little while because I wanted to test them out off-road before giving a full review on them or my feedback, because my main worry with them was going off-road and bashing them on stuff or having them rattle around was going to be a, kind of a bad situation if that happened. So luckily, I'm here to report that I've had no such issues with them, and I highly recommend them. They're very nice when they're tucked away, and they work great as a huge step when you're hopping in. So that's how they fold up. Very easy to install. I installed them myself in about an hour and a half. It was actually getting ready to storm, and so I was out there working really quickly, and yeah, without rushing, probably a couple hours for a single person. It's easier with 2 people, but you can do it solo. All you do is you bolt them on in a couple spots. They have mounts. You can see 1 mount, 2 mounts. Those bolt on to the place where the rock rails or other side steps bolt on. That's the easy part. And then running the wires, you run the wires up, the power wires up through the fender. Part of the wires go to the battery area right up here to get power. And then another part of the wires, the control side, goes through the firewall. There's a couple of grommets you can use that are factory grommets. You just cut a hole in one of them, feed the wires through. The module sits up under the steering wheel in here, and that's what controls them to go up and down, and it's got the brains of the steps, basically. Same on both sides, and yeah, like I said, one of my favorite mods so far. There's an option you can enable if you actually get them programmed by a dealer. You can get them to where the steps can be deployed at the press of a button on your screen. I currently don't have that active. Sorry about the airplane noise. I'm right by an airport here in my top secret location. But I do not have that programmed yet, but it really doesn't make a difference other than the button to be able to manually deploy them. So when I'm washing the truck or anything like that, I usually just open the door as you see right now and then kind of close it 1 click, and I'm able to keep them out, and I can spray this all off and they get clean, and no worries with that. But yeah, I'll probably have that enabled soon at a dealer. Coming around to the other side of the truck, you'll see my next big mod, and that is my 454 Motorsports dual spare rack. They call it a chase rack. And the nice thing about it is it's completely removable. This actually came out of my last TRX. I had this bolted in there, and I unbolted it before I sold the truck and then kept it for this truck. I've just been waiting to put it on. So finally got that installed about a month ago, and it's working great as expected. The nice thing about this carrier, if you're not familiar with it, is you bolt 4 pieces down. You do have to drill holes in your bed. You have to drill 2, 4, 6, 8 holes. Actually, I lied. There's a couple more in the back too. These red handles, those also need to be drilled. Anyway, so 10 holes or so in your bed, and then you bolt 4 plates down in all 4 corners, and those plates stay with the truck. They're kind of permanent with the truck. And then when you want to remove the bed carrier or the chase rack, you pull out those red pins you see right there. There's one on each side. You disconnect your tire straps and take the tires out, and the whole cage slides out. You can see how it slides in right there. So the legs all slide out, and you can remove the whole cage, and all you have is just 4 little shallow plates. You can still load up the bed with other things. So I really like this setup because you can throw a dirt bike in here, 4-wheeler, whatever you want, and you don't have to worry about losing all your bed space like some of the more permanent racks. This one's got a space in the middle where you can put gas cans or a jack or tools or whatever you want. You can also ask them to add on tabs for certain accessories you have. So I asked them to leave it like this, so it's kind of modular. I can clamp different things on if I want. I did add, as you saw on the side here, I added a fire extinguisher on each side. These need new C-clamps because this one's rusty. The other one is stainless, so it didn't rust, but I ran out and I had to use these in a pinch. But I got these removable little fire extinguishers. It should be helpful if anything happens. And then obviously my Baja Designs chase lights. So let's move on to the next topic, and that is the Eibach lift springs. So I do have as you're familiar, I have the Eibach Pro Lift springs. They're silver in color. I believe they lift the rear like the front 2.7 inches and the rear about 1.5 inches or something like that. And their rates are almost identical to the factory rates. They're off by just a little bit. Sorry, it's really cold out here. I'm kind of shivering, but their rates are really similar to factory. They do lift the truck quite a bit in the front, which is kind of what I wanted, because these trucks, as you know, come with a little bit of rake where the front sits lower than the back. And now with those springs installed, it's very level. So do I recommend them? Do I like them? Heck yeah, I love these things. I cannot tell a difference from factory ride in terms of quality or how it goes over bumps or anything like that. If they feel identical to factory, just a little taller. I do wish the color was not silver. I wish they were black like the factory ones, so they don't stick out as much, but they look fine on my truck. I have a gray truck. If you have a silver truck, it'll probably look good too. But yeah, not a fan of the color, but otherwise really like them. Highly recommend. I have about 6,000 or 7,000 miles on the setup now with the 37s. These are Turo 37s if you're not familiar, and it rides great. I mean, the wheel offset makes a way bigger impact, and the 37s made a way bigger impact than the springs did. So if that gives you an idea of how factory they feel. The springs have settled a little bit. So when I first installed them, the truck probably sat maybe 1/2 inch higher. Not much, especially with the weight in the back from the spare tires and things like that, and my toolbox that I normally have in there. I have gone off-road several times, beat it up pretty good. They took it like a champ, no issues. Yeah, I recommend these springs. If you're going to 37s, definitely look into these springs, because they come as a full set of 4. They're much cheaper than going perch collars in the front and doing like spacers in the back from some of the companies out there. I won't name any names, but it's a much more affordable option. It keeps the factory ride quality, and it looks great, especially with 37s. It kind of fills in the wheel wells nicely. If you were going to go with this kit and keep 35s, it might look a little goofy. It might look like you skipped leg day. But yeah, highly recommend. So what's coming up next? Sorry for jabbering so much, but next mods, I have some big updates. So one of them is, you guys already know I have my Off-Road Alliance rear links. Still love those things. My stock exhaust system has seen better days. If you notice, this tip right here is hanging down a little low. It's kind of flopping around. I've tightened it up as tight as I could on the clamp right there. You can see. I've tried sticking pieces of metal gasket material and things like that to try to space it a little more. It's getting old and weak from all the off-roading. Maybe not old, this truck's only 7 or 8 months old, but yeah, I'm kind of getting fed up with that. Every time I go off-roading, I come home and my exhaust tips are hanging down like that. I've seen other people have the same issues. You can go to the dealership and get new exhaust tips, but the ball and socket joint design, it's a great design if you're never going to take your truck off-road. If you just drive around on roads, it's perfect because you can adjust the exhaust tips to get them exactly how you like them. But for people who abuse them and get rocks flung up and things like that, it's not a great solution. So I could go in and weld them, but then if you dent them or anything like that, you're going to have to cut them off to replace them, or and I don't want to have to do a bunch of hacking on stuff. So I've actually partnered up with Off-Road Alliance. We're going to have a really cool new exhaust system coming in soon. That'll be coming on the next video. And then the next mod is going to be actually wheels and tires. It's getting to be winter time. These are mud terrain tires, very aggressive mud tires, and no mud tires are really good in the snow and ice. So I'm actually going to be going to a winter set of tires and wheels, and those will be coming up soon on the channel, so stay tuned for that. Still sticking to 37s, don't worry. But yeah, that was kind of my update video. It's been about 10 minutes of me blabbering, so I'll let you guys get back to your YouTube surfing. Thank you so much for watching. Hit me up in the comments if you have any questions or have any ideas or recommendations for future videos. I'd be happy to take some of those on. So catch you guys off road.